What's up, guys? Welcome back to another 2022 LEGO Star Wars review, and today we are taking a look at set number 75326, Boba Fett's Throne Room. Now, this is recommended for ages 9 and up. Comes with 7 minifigures, is a 732-piece build, and will be retailing for $99.99 here in the US on March 1st from official LEGO stores. Now, I do want to give a huge thanks to LEGO for sending over the free review copy for today. Of course, all opinions we talk about today will be my own. Now, I'm sure a lot of you have already seen these reviews because this set and also the Dark Troopers Battle Pack came up at Costco's early, even at Walmart's and other third-party retailers. So there have been reviews. The set has been available for early purchase for quite some time, but today I'm finally able to make my review, and today we're going to be talking about the set. So a little bit of background information about this guy. Of course, it is going to obviously be inspired from the book of Boba Fett / The Mandalorian. This set is definitely taking more inspiration from the end of the Mandalorian finale in season 2, more particularly the end credits scene. Taking a quick look at the box here, of course, on the front we do have that sort of brand ribbon with the dark green color, which is definitely a little different than what we've seen. We've had a beautiful background of Tatooine with the 2 moons, and of course the interior of Boba Fett's throne room with all the cool graphics. On the back here we do have some more pictures, including some of the play functions about the set, different things that can move around, including open rooms, open doors, and a bunch of other cool stuff that we're going to be taking a look at today. Now, I feel like this is necessary for me to say, in terms of both The Mandalorian Season 2 and the Book of Boba Fett, I wasn't really too fond on the show as a whole, but I do want to give a completely unbiased and objective review of what we have today. So let's first start off by talking about the minifigures. Like I said, there are 7, some of which are actually brand new and exclusive. Let's talk about some that aren't brand new. First one here is Boba Fett. The only disappointing thing I have to say is there is still a drastically different color and shade of green between the helmet and the torso. This is largely inaccurate, and I'm hoping LEGO at some point will fix this and remedy it. However, I don't know if that will ever come true. Aside from that, a beautiful minifigure with some really cool details. It is nice to get another updated Boba Fett minifigure in this set. Second here, we have Fennec Shand. This is actually going to be the same exact minifigure as the one in the Imperial Light Cruiser. However, we have a brand new, I believe, exclusive hairpiece for Fennec Shand. There is no helmet included for her in the set, which is definitely a little disappointing because I feel like people would definitely rather have the helmet for sure. So as of now, of course, the Fennec Shand helmet is only going to be exclusive to the Imperial Light Cruiser. But the hairpiece looks pretty solid. I mean, I definitely think there are some smaller details that could have been included to make it a little more complete, including the different braids and also coloring in her hair as well, which would have been nice. But overall, it's a beautiful minifigure. I've always been a fan of Fennec Shand as a character and also just how she looks, and this is a great way to get a Fennec Shand minifigure, obviously a lot cheaper than the Imperial Light Cruiser. The next minifigure here is one of my favorites. We have Bib Fortuna. It has been so long since we've gotten a Bib minifigure here. He looks fantastic. You can see here there are some pretty cool details going on in the minifigure itself, including some like black and dark blue robe accents going on throughout the torso and the legs. What I do love about this minifigure is that, of course, the mold is fantastic. It's basically like a hat piece that sort of goes around the neck, body-like characteristics of Bib Fortuna. However, he is not as heavy as he was in the season 2 finale, but I'm so excited to actually have a Bib Fortuna minifigure in my collection, so that is awesome. Next here we have the Thelan Dancer. This is, I guess, sort of just like entertainment that Bib Fortuna would have had throughout his palace. This is a pretty solid looking minifigure. I love the drastically different colors that are going on. We have this big foofy pink hairpiece going on with some really beautiful printing, which looks really, really cool. I love the face printing on this as well. It definitely looks really super alien, and also is some pretty cool feet printing as well, which looks super nice. So that's also a great add-on into the set, the first time we're ever getting a minifigure like that. Next, we have the Quarren. I believe this is the first time we're getting something like this in terms of the alien species as a mold from LEGO Star Wars, and I am blown away. Again, not only by the details on the molded head, but also just the minifigure. We have different accents of gray, white, and then some sort of dark earth brown colors going throughout the minifigure. This is a solid minifigure, and I'm actually really happy that we finally have a Quarren in here, which is super cool. And then the last 2 minifigures, one of which is my most exciting minifigure of the set. This is the Gamorrean Guard. Now, this has had a considerable upgrade from previous versions that we've gotten from LEGO Star Wars. This is also the first Gamorrean Guard I actually have in my collection. I think if you wanted to be accurate to the show, you would need a second one, but this guy looks fantastic. Of course, he comes with his weapon. There also is a molded chest piece, which the chest plate and the head is molded into one piece, which makes complete sense when you think about it. A great minifigure added. And the last one here we have is the Weegway Guard. What I love about this minifigure, the bristles from the top of the chest piece in the back actually line up correctly with the headpiece, which are just small details like that look super solid. Overall, great minifigures going on throughout this entire set. Now, to be honest, the minifigures is what helps make this set shine. $100 for what is kind of a small build is definitely a little lackluster, but the minifigures are a huge point carrying this set forward. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the size of the set. First things first, this is not a palace, this is a throne room, but obviously it's going to be very reminiscent of the old Jabba's palace that we got so far. Let's take a quick look at the outside here. On the left side here, we have a sort of tower that sort of resembles Jabba's palace, if you remember from Tatooine. Now, the play features definitely carry the set, including here you do have a door that does open and close, which looks super cool. And then right above the door, you do have another cool play feature, which is this sort of this entry that is connected to a ball joint right on top, so it can pretty much swivel 360 in any direction. As you move above the door, you do have, again, that sort of canopy of the tower from Jabba's palace. Nothing crazy going on with detail, but it is nice to see that there is some sort of semblance of what we remember from Jabba's palace, which is nice. Now, as you go towards the middle section, which is definitely the bulk of the build here, we do have lots of different pieces in terms of slopes, mostly consisting of regular tan and then dark tan pieces, which is accurate, which does come together fairly well, and you just have those slopes sort of stacked one on top of each other going around. There is a disappointing thing. I would have liked to see a more complete roof along the middle of the throne room set. I think that would have made it look a little bit more complete, but I guess that's not something LEGO decided to do. And then lastly, on the side here is just sort of an end cap piece for the entire build. Of course, when you move into the interior, you'll see that there is enough room to house a couple of minifigures around the table with different drinks and stuff like that, which is pretty much the purpose of that. Now, let's move on to the interior, because I actually think the interior is pretty well done. Now, my favorite interior detail about the set is you can actually take out the throne piece itself. If you actually hold it right down here, you can move the entire throne in and out. Also below it and behind it, you can see here there is a little storage compartment area for blasters, ingots, different things you would sort of find yourself hoarding if you were the daimyo of Tatooine. Now, in terms of details itself, I actually think the throne came together really well, and I do want to apologize for my sticker placement at the top. It's atrocious. I tried my best and I failed miserably, but don't let that detract you from the fact it does look super cool. Now, behind the throne room, there are some other cool details. You have like a little roast going on, which has some chicken and parts that resemble the kitchen that we saw in some of the episodes of Book of Boba Fett, including some smaller details in the back corners of the room as well. But obviously the main centerpiece is going to be the throne room, so you can slide it right back in. It fits nice and smooth. Everything goes in really, really well. Now, it is worth mentioning that there is no Rancor pit. In fact, there's no even like representative semblance of it. The only piece that we have is going to be this larger 8x8 modified plate, which has the grills inside of it. You can obviously pretend this is leading to a Rancor pit, so maybe some of you will modify the set, maybe hoist it up a little bit and put the Rancor pit right below it, but there is no Rancor pit. And then on the right side here, we do have the interior of that tower. Nothing too crazy going on with the details inside of it. However, there is a nice staircase that does have a pretty cool play function, so when of course you want to play with the set, you can have a minifigure sort of being knocked off their feet and sort of being thrown onto the ground with a cool play feature from the set. So for $100, I gotta say this is definitely a little bit of a reach. However, like I said, the minifigures is truly where I think this set shines. There is a lot of promise with the minifigures, including that the majority of them are going to be brand new, exclusive, or updated minifigures, which is a huge plus. Now, for me personally, I'm not huge into play scale sets. I'm not going to find myself playing with this set too often, so for me, this is probably going to be something I'm not going to be picking up. However, people have already been able to find this at a 20% discount in Walmart and Costco stores. So for a sale discounted price of $80, this is definitely a pickup. I can definitely recommend you guys go ahead and get this, especially if you're wanting to get some more minifigures from the Book of Boba Fett or the Mandalorian. Again, the minifigures pretty much carry the set for me personally, and the build overall is just nothing to go crazy about. But it does get the job done, and that is my review of the Boba Fett's throne room. Again, guys, this is officially releasing March 1st from LEGO stores for $99.99 here in the US. Down below, let me know what you think of this set. Do you already have it? Are you going to be picking up day one, or is this something you're going to wait for discounted sale prices? Let me know down below in the comments, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you later. Take it easy. Peace.